fella. We're gonna be splitting some hickory. Here we go. So it's early November morning here, and it is 60 degrees in Wisconsin. Unseasonably warm. Sun's peeking out between the clouds here and there. A little breezy this morning, but nothing too bad. We got a bunch of hickory behind me here that's been sitting here for over a year and a half, probably closer to 2 years now. And I would like to get this area behind me here cleaned up before the snow flies, so we can kind of use this as our log staging area for the winter or something like that. So it's kind of my thinking. We got a bunch of open racks over here, so I'm just gonna let stuff fall right off the splitter here and see if I can get all this split up. It's supposed to be kind of nice here the next couple days during the week, so I should be able to find some time to get it stacked and moved over into the racks here that we got emptied up. So we got some pine over here and some mixed hardwood over there and some more oak behind me over here, but this hickory's got to get off the ground here before it sits another winter on the ground. It's already starting to kind of not be great. Got a bunch of smaller rounds here from someone else that I picked up some hickory from earlier this year, so I might keep those for some smoking wood or something like that. I don't exactly really know right now, but just want to get this stuff split and get it off the ground and ready to go for next year. So let's get the brute force semi-pro fired up and let's get at it. happening was a piece of bark or a piece of wood got stuck between the ram and the I-beam, and it jams it up where it doesn't, the hydraulic cylinder can't move it back. So unfortunately, you got to kind of take off these bolts here, loosen them up, and try to get it to come back. It's happened to us once or twice before. The first time it happened, we didn't exactly know what the heck happened. It just got stuck. Called Josh from Brute Force, and he explained to us what most likely happened, which he was correct. So we know how to fix it now. It just kind of sucks, but he is going to kind of keep an eye on what's on the I-beam, which I was not, so that was my fault. So you got all the bolts off, and we took the phenolic off, and a piece of shag bark hickory got wedged underneath the phenolic here. That's the biggest piece I've found so far underneath here. So you can probably get away with just loosening the bolts and backing it off, but I want to make sure that this is all crystal clean and making sure there's nothing else underneath here and it gets stuck again. I'd rather just take it all off correctly the first time and make sure that nothing else is wrong with it.
There.
So that's all I think that's our third time it's happened like that so far. So all we're gonna do then is drop this back down here. And lift our plate underneath it here. And while we got this thing loose, and now we can adjust this and get this to line up here. All I'm going to do here is just kind of clean up this inside edge here of some stuff since we got it apart. And all we do is just take this plate, line them up with the bolts here, and just spin on a couple bolts. I don't drop them, that is. Get them hand tight just to get them started, and then we'll get the other side on to make sure everything lines up correctly, and then we'll tighten them all up, and then, oh, we got our back together, so we're gonna keep splitting here. Here we go. hickory split, except for the smaller pieces. Some of it was pretty rotten, we just tossed off to the side. It'll just get thrown in the burn pile. But most of it was still pretty good. Some stuff is a little questionable, but we'll see how it is when it gets dry, and if we come to sell it and we don't think it's good, we'll just toss it off to the side. So we almost got a little over half a face cord stacked over there. My dad came back from running errands. He decided to give me a hand here today, which is appreciated. So there's probably over a full face cord of this stuff for sure, no doubt about that. So right here's the pile of the hickory that's split. This is all the bark and debris and rot and stuff underneath here. This is where it was. So, and we got a bunch of pine to do over here yet, so maybe tomorrow or the next day here this week, trying to get all this cleaned up. All right, so that's all I got time for today. I gotta jump in the shower. I'm about a half hour late already, so this all for today. Get outside and do something. Have a good night.